Hello everyone and welcome back to the moon as we're looking at our fusion power plants. There's also a ship arriving right now. I love those details. Another transporter, probably from Earth. Hopefully not a pirate. Doesn't look like a pirate, and it's coming into our base, getting some resources and stuff like that. Now, speaking about resources, I would like to do something. I would like to reinforce my rare earth elements and my bio enhancers. Problem though is, as we know by now, is that resources are rather rare. Yes, they are, especially my energy and especially the workforce. Let's just check this one. This one here costs 3,000. It's a bit more than that. It's 4,500 once again, and we could use now the heavy industry aerogel tube. That is pretty good to know, to be honest. This actually cost me a aerogel though, or whatever it's called, and in that case that would be its own production then. But then we could double that output here of my moon facilities. For now I'm actually torn. We could use the drones. It's not really a whole lot of workers though that this one has, right? So we're not saving that much on it. Anyway, it's working. It probably will need one more module there in all its glory. And that means 32 rare earths that we have once again. And we can actually go ahead now and have a few more. Oh, that's Viridian Coves. Actually, that is something we need to do. That invasion there, because Viridian Coves, as we know by now, is very important to us. It has the rice and the vegetables and the fruits, and that's very important. Let's just check this one real quick here. It's not really taking that many workers, but still, let's just have then the drones here, and I could do the same thing 2 times there as well. And this one we're probably going to, yep, we can make this one full as well. Who cares about money and everything like that? It's really all about my need for more bio-enhancers. Let's also have the drones here. We can easily squeeze them in like that to still have a bit of a surplus. Perfect. And those guys here. Balance is still looking fine. Let's go back to space. Let's adjust our trade route there. Not the elements though, but the bio-enhancers, righto. Because I still, of course, would like to upgrade a few more people. And let's do the pillaging stuff. Alright, it's actually not that difficult this time. Hooray, we can save that. And with that, we should have the last of these ships then destroyed also there. Perfect with the launch. So the Viridian Coves is safe again. It was really dropping my balance once again pretty hard. And yeah, we can see that Viridian Coves is still prospering though. We could go ahead and upgrade a few more people. And let's just do this one as well, because we basically do get more money with that. Of course, yeah, we need to be careful there. We do have a few rice farms and stuff like that. So whenever I upgrade something in Viridian Coves, I do need to reinforce a few of my productions, but just by a tiny bit. Remember, we have those trade routes. We have them with the maximum amount that is possible at the time of creating a trade route. So I'm always basically around, well, negative or 0 when it comes to a surplus of anything. We still have a few organic food factory. They're doing a good job. I could actually use some more modules here. Perfect. And I would also like to do some vitamin extractors here as well in this area, in this tiny area where we are never going to have a farm or something like that. Just because we will, well, do need some vitamins, of course, for my people. Otherwise, they're not going to be so happy. So let's have 2 here. Of course, we do need a logistics supply center. And that's basically all I need here. So let's just say that we have 13, a bit more than that. Of course, yes, I will need to reinforce my fruit farms with that. But we do get a lot of additional workforce in it. What is actually going on here? Look at that. They're still escaping, kind of. They're circling this island here endlessly until they finally destroyed all my ships. Off they go. Really took a long time this time for them to get away from us. And I will still need
already have something in mind.
Those 2 more. Uzoyev, I don't care about Uzoyev anymore. I've got rid of all of the Uzoyev stocks. I think having stocks from several companies is not so good. I can actually focus on one company and use my influence to always have them boosted, right? So the more shares I have on them, the more often I can also boost them, and the more money comes in. I think we are going to do this. We're going to do this route in the future. Oh boy, my workforce. Let's just check that I can have a few fruit farms that we can also use some drones on. Perfect, and that's really it. Nothing more that I would like to do here in Meridian Coast for now. Those are working. Let's go back, because I have a whole different goal actually. And that is working a bit more on the megacity itself. And yes, we wanted to go to the space station. Isn't that right? We want to build a space station. For that, I do need an institute. In Wildwater Bay, we have the Biology Institute. This is basically a shuttle launch panel, and it's also training astronauts for the job. Now, it is advised to have this one around as many buildings as possible. I'm not going to achieve that, because I think I want to do it also a bit the realistic route. I don't want to have a shuttle launch panel right beside the street. It just doesn't make that much sense to me. So we're going to have it more or less here in the center. It's not optimal, but we have enough investors around it, so I think it'll do the job. Let's just place this one.
Complete. Shuttle awaits your confirmation.
Of course, it still needs
Please keep your motivation up.
a connection. There's the shuttle now, and oh, perfect, it's working at 100% efficiency. So we have enough investors around it anyway. This is taking some time now, so we are training those. We can also marvel at that beautiful, beautiful shuttle launch pad that we have there, as everything is being prepared for our space station. Now we can also think, what do we want to have around that shuttle pad here, right? So some ornaments, perhaps something to make it even. Yeah, having some parks like this makes sense to me, because we definitely want to keep a bit of a green area around the shuttle, right? So that people don't get there immediately. Also for the noise, I think it just makes sense. So let's have a whole row there. And here at the corner, we might have then a smaller park there, and also here. And I think we also have some fountain. Oh, this is cool. This is actually pretty useful here, I think. And we still would like to have a fountain, I guess. There we have two of them. Let's have the fountains on either side. We could also have this one here with some advertisement on it. Righto. And then just some normal smaller parks that we can also use, decorated with people walking around. I think I like this one. It's fine. It's looking slick. It's looking elegant and simple. And in that case here, yep, people are training now. These buildings are fantastic. And as we're training this one now, we have the first 4, but as we can see, it does take a bit of time before we can start the first flight to the space station.
Well, your city leaves little to be desired.
Meantime, we can upgrade a few more buildings. There is actually this one building here, you're totally right, that is not fitting in so much, even though it does actually fit in, because it makes a bit more diversity in here. Otherwise we will only have skyscrapers. But I know what you know, I know what you mean, and let's upgrade this one as well, so that we have really only investor buildings in the center. I could still go ahead, upgrade those guys there, and perhaps where should we have more? I could also have a few more here. It makes sense to me, right? We should not have them only on one side. We could also still grow a bit on that side. How many can I actually upgrade? I can upgrade a lot of them. Whew, should we actually do this? I think we should. Level 70. This was a big step, by the way. Level 70. This gives me a new title as well. So we are now a rising star. The next one will be the market challenger. 70 is still growing. We got a bit of money there as well. We do need the money then. By the way, we are quite full almost with the money. I think we could use this on a share. So I could initiate an auction once this auction is over to purchase us another share, and we're doing that. So there is one down here that is the cheapest one out of all of them, because it doesn't have an owner yet. It would cost me 400,000 and also 25 influence to start the auction. There we have it. And I think we could just, yeah, really purchase it with a good amount of money, because we're getting in a lot of money now once I'm starting to upgrade more investors, right? Let's just see. They're really doing good so far. They're still booming. I like that. And if they're going down again, we can just manipulate the patent transfer, for example. 2 million, that would be a bargain. Yeah, of course not. I'm not using any other action here. So Cassian, they're fighting me right now. You're not getting this one. Thank you very much for that. Alright, so there we have another share of this company. 3 we have now in total. And I can go ahead now and upgrade a few more people, because I know we're going to get a lot of money in then at the same time. And let's just see. There we still have another block that I wanted to upgrade. Those guys here perhaps. getting closer to the center then. We could also upgrade this whole row there. Fine, perhaps also another smaller block there. I like to have it a bit more organic, right? So we can have a few smaller ones there as well. Level 71.
Corporation value.
Perhaps there another one, and here. And on the other side. Oh, that's the end of it for now. A few more upgrades. They want another stadium. I gave you enough stadiums already. We certainly don't want to have more than that. Perfect. There we have a few more skyscrapers. And of course, the money is flowing. Level 72 should be realistic. Another thing that we can finally look on is the ornaments for our other bigger buildings, like this one here, right in the center of my town. We do have lots of stuff actually that we can choose from here. I definitely do like my fountains, so I would like to have two. Oh, actually we have several kind of sizes there as well that we can use, and perhaps one here in the middle. As always, it's not really in the middle, so we could make it like, no, also not possible. This is always the tricky part. We could have some signs here, the next game that is being advertised. Something like that. We could have a bus station over here, so of course every stadium does need a bus station, so people can actually get there. I think the next metro station would be over there. It's quite a walk, but it should be fine. And perhaps also then just some more ornaments around it. We have the same thing on the other side, so here I can actually squeeze in two of those fountains, righto, and then some flower beds perhaps going towards the stadium. Flower beds, that's a good thing. We could have some flower beds here on that side. And on the street side. On the street side some trees and a little garden in the center. Looking fine. And around it, we could just have some normal... Either we have just a huge park, something like that. Or we have actually trees there as well. I think trees might be fine as well in the area. Or how about another gaming center just beside the stadium? Oh, and also the first astronauts are ready. But I really would like to finish my little area there. So there we just have then some trees going all the way around that. There we still have a bit of space. I might have some flowers there. Nah, I don't like the flowers that much, to be honest. So we might just make this one finish like so. And on the other side, a bigger park, something like that. But I think this looks a bit too even then. We could also have here another bike station, something like that. I like that actually. I like the idea as well to have that beside the stadium, so a general place where people can enjoy their day. There we have those bike stations once again. Just two of them. They need a bit of a connection there, of course. We might have also some signs once again, and around it where people can sit and enjoy their day. And grab some flowers there as well behind it. I love the stadium. Beautiful. This is really looking beautiful. Perfect. Let's get over here to my shuttle program. We have everything ready. Let's get to space. And in space, there we have our space station. Adam. Kind of like he's the guy. Your own orbital station has been registered with Adam's mainframe acting as its command center. The station can be expanded to optimize your productions across Earth and Moon. Let's take it over.
Welcome to your corporate orbital station. You are free to expand it in order to pursue scientific research only possible in 0G. Enjoy your stay. I'll be on standby to advise you. Take note, the station can be expanded.
And here we are now, in space, finally. We have a mission right away. We need to construct something. Let's go ahead. We have a couple of options. So we're starting out with the agriculture because we have biologists. Depending on the region where we build the shuttle program, we get different kind of specialists, right? So in temperate zones we get the biologists. I think on the moon we get the physicists, and we need to of course train all of them together. Let's just see what we can do first. We do have a couple of modules, and this is really like a puzzle game, right? So we have different modules. Some of them increase heat, others lower heat, some of them provide energy, others, well, have storage, and all of these modules need something. Then we got the first one, let's build it.
Working conditions met. Research now possible.
And this one, as we can see, there's biologists working in it now, and those guys want sustenance packs, deep water corals, and moon crops, also an artificial G-lab, solar cells, and a greenhouse around it. So we can build this one right next to them. There we have the greenhouse, for example. If I want to connect several of them together, then I will have a greenhouse here and another one of these biologist areas there then most likely. Also they want the solar panels, that we can have another one. And here I could actually have now a module that is connected to both of them then, right? So I could use the maximum possibility of what is to make this one as efficient as possible. How many biologists can we still have? I think we can still have one more over here, for example, and this is already using them, both of them. Perfect! With another 266% bonus. Now, with that, we have opened up the science nexus, or the technology nexus. And this is a really complicated puzzle, more or less, or tech tree. Right, and here we can now choose what we want to improve. And for example, this one here allows us 10% increased productivity in agriculture facilities. Let's go ahead and do this one. Perfect, there we have it. And now we can, for example, we do get the kits. And we can also go for another bonus. For example, the food design workshop uses rice instead of beef. And isn't that one of the most amazing things in this game? So I'm just going to do that now. Let's activate it. And what we can see now is that those workshops here do need rice instead of beef. And that is probably one of the biggest revolutions in this game, how easy something like that could become now. Of course, the rice consumption is now out of this world, but at the same time, what can we do? We can get rid of the whole soy plants, and this is expensive already, but much more expensive is the beef, and we can really get rid of all of the beef that we have in this game. We're getting back a lot of building materials. I don't have the storage for them per se, so yeah, we're going to lose the storage materials, but we're full on them anyway. But the money is going to be amazing for this one here. Let's get rid of that. We are saving around 10k just from this one here on the balance, and I think we still have a few more. No, that should be it actually. And that just felt really good and really rewarding, because beef and stuff like that is expensive, and look at the space that we have now. We can use the space for, yeah, a city expansion. We could also use it for a new technology, new industry if we want to. That's just a whole lot of space in an area where we really didn't have a lot of space. We could do the same thing with the wine then and just expand the wine to someplace else. By the way, there we still have some beef. Off you go, we no longer need you. What we definitely do need though is the rice increase. And that's something I'm doing in Viridian Cove. I'm not going to add now rice farms, of course, to Wildwater Bay. In Viridian Coves, before we go for a bigger expansion, I will definitely need a few more houses. So those guys here, that we can just add. And I think, yes, with the robots, I really need to do something there. Viridian Coves gets its own robotic production now. I have to purchase them usually, which is not ideal. So we're just going ahead now. Instead of having this one, for example, on Wildwater Bay, I'm just going to have now those mines here directly, and then we're using it with that robot farm, right? Or robot manufacturing assembly hall. Once again, we do need some energy, as always. There we have the beauty. And now this is working. We are getting in some robots. Let's just see if we have everything that we want for that. That's +9 and it's using everything. We might just add another tiny module. And here another tiny module, so we can add another tiny module to that robot assembly hall. It's taking a lot of workers, so let's also have some drones. Very good. At the same time, we can continue with getting a few more people into this whole area. Here, and most likely here. So the Viridian Coves is, as we can see, growing into one of our other major hubs. I think we need around 2. That's the maximum of cities that we need, or real cities. This one is another one. The other ones are just settlements overall, and this one is our second city more or less. The smaller one, where you go to vacation after a hard day at work in the capital city. Yeah, information. Lots of information those guys want. Let's just add one here. Another one up here. Of course, we need to keep a bit of a design here as well. They want lots of information. Alrighty, that should be enough. And we can go ahead and upgrade a few more if we want to. Very good. This is bringing in some workers. And we need them. We need a lot of them still for all the rice in the world. Let's continue. Yes, and there we have a bit more rice production now. Let's adjust the trade route. And do we have any idea how expensive luxury food is at the space station? We might also make it our goal of just transferring some of that beautiful luxury food to the space station. We have a surplus of 65 right now. That's 13k that we get out of this one. Of course we're doing this. So we are at 96,000 at the moment. This is how far I would like to go there. No, not the technology nexus, but let's just have a look at my Cassian Industries. They're still booming. They're doing really, really well. We have enough influence. We have the money. I suggest we purchase another share. One from our competitors. Definitely going to do this one. It's only for our best. Of course, this is going to get very expensive because they're already booming. We might get us an additional cut if we want to. But I do want to waste some money anyway. Level 72, and we got the share. Perfect. We're actually not that low on the money, and 111,000 on the credits. Isn't that beautiful? We are almost swimming in that juicy, juicy credit pile of digital credits. Well, that's it. I'm out of words. Let's continue. We still have some stuff to do, of course. It's nowhere near over, but we can see already how extremely powerful that space station is going to be for us. Let's go to the Arctic right away. Now, in the Arctic, it's not going to be so easy to place another institute in here. As we can see, physics would be the institute that we do need the most here. I still have a bit of space there and a few people around it, so we might just use this one. It does require heat, that's fine, and we certainly don't need a bit of distance. Those people like heat, right? So it's good when the shuttle just starts right next to them. 57%, it could be better, it could be better. We could make it better by upgrading all of those people to some higher levels. That's looking good. That's looking good. I'm totally happy with 90%, to be honest. Yes, it actually goes higher than that. Why not? Physicists are now also aiming for the space station, so we can continue. We can also see up here when the next resupply event is happening. And at the same time, they want the moon crops. Why not just give it to them? We do get more people with that. Moon crops, do I have them? I don't have any moon crops. There we have them. I knew we had some moon crops. Let's get them over there. All of them to make those people happy. And the lunch they want, whatever that is here, the sustenance packs, yes. Let's also have some of them. It's not really expensive. And those people will be really happy. And just for the finish, let's just also watch one of these beautiful shuttles launching into space. As another group of biologists is on the way to our station. Stay tuned.